Welcome again. You feel welcomed? Yeah. I was asked to remind you about the emails. If you have questions at rabbigal@gmail.com. If you have any questions, remarks, I hope they're good. They better be good. Anyway, competition. You know, everybody is competing with everybody. Right? Everybody's competing with everybody. America loves competition. The world loves competition. Hillary against Trump. This one, Lakers against the Celtics. No, that was in the 80s. I don't know. Whoever's playing, competition. Always competing. We are very competitive ourselves. We are very competitive. We're so competitive that sometimes we would go to war over who is going to be more dominant. You know what's the most dangerous thing about war? War itself. You know, I'm going to tell you, everybody wants to be a victor, right? To win. Nobody wants to be the loser. But I'm going to suggest to you something. You know, even in the Gemara, Chazal tells us, "Kinat sofrim tarbeh chokhmah." It means competition is good. Good for the business, right? And I'm going to tell you something else. That's what they told us in the West. Competition is good. Victory is good. Everybody wants to win. You know, whether it's the Olympics and so on and so forth. All about winning and gold medal and this medal and that achievement and school and education. I mean, it's a horrible society if you come to think about it. The winner takes it all. I have news for you. Most people, when they win, they lose. There's no such thing as winners. What's a victory? Let's say you win on a match, you know, a boxing match or a karate match or a tennis match. And you won the game. What does that mean? It means that the other guy was weaker than you, right? Wasn't he? He's weaker than you. That's why you won the game. Now, let me ask you this. That's a big deal to win over somebody who is weaker than you? Huh? Now, let me take, I don't know, look, I'll take Yeshua, right? I'm stronger than Yeshua, right? So I'm going to go in a fight with Yeshua. I'm going to beat the daylight out of him. I won. That's a kunz. That's a trick. That's something important. That's a stupidity. So when you think you're a winner, you're actually a loser. Because only a loser will go to pick up a fight with somebody who is weaker with him to show that he is good. Why do you need to show that you're good? So I want you to change your mindset to prove I'm better than you. Well, okay, so let's say, for example, do I know more Torah than you? So I'm going to prove to everybody that I know more Torah than you. Okay, let's say if I could prove this to let's say, Rabbi Ovadia Yosef. Oh no, it's too much. So I'll prove it to you. So then what kind of game is that? It's a losing game of losers. The best victory, if you want to pick up a fight, and therefore it doesn't make it that you could win everybody. You could win everybody. You can win in this one and this one. You'd be the undefeated champion. But I'm going to tell you, you are already defeated on your first fight. What do you mean the first fight? I won all the fights. 100 fights, UFC, I don't know, MMA, whatever it is that I went. Olympiada, Olympics, I won gold medal. You lost at the first fight you won. Why? Because you didn't conquer yourself. You didn't win the victory around yourself. My martial art teacher told me, he says, all the things that you learned years ago, all the things that you learn, all the fighting techniques that right now are external, eventually they will all do to fight your own self, to conquer your spirit and to cultivate your spirit. You don't cultivate your spirit when you infuse it all the time with I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm better than this one, I'm better than this one, I'm better than this one. That's not a cultivation of the spirit. Example, look at Moshe Rabbeinu. Look at Korach. Korach versus Moshe Rabbeinu. Well, we all tzaddikim, we're all the best, the best. Moshe Rabbeinu says, no, me ani, nothing. And yet Moshe Rabbeinu, the highest level of a human being can reach. I never saw him bragging over that. So every time you win, you lose. Every time you overcome your urges, because that's the fight that you always fail, right? I want to sleep 5 more minutes. Let me sleep 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. It's 5 more minutes. You lost. I didn't even sleep yet. You lost. The answer is no. I want this. No. You want me to show you how weak you are? Not a problem. Next time you have an itch, something is itching you. Don't. Let's say you feel your ear is itching you. Sit there. Don't itch it. You can't even control that. An itch? You're bragging to me that you can take a punch. And I'm telling you, you're so weak you can't even take an itch. We always fall into this self-misery. Oh, I'm so tired. I don't want to exercise. The great people who reach any kind of a level of mastery are the people that said, I'm not interested in great achievements. My great achievement is every single day a little one. The little achievements are the important achievements. The one that seems to you insignificant. I get up in the morning. What's the difference if I come to shul 5 minutes earlier, 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later? That doesn't make a difference. Yes, that makes a difference. To get up every morning and to put yourself on the way, on the door, on the way of, is not to win a belt, not to win a trophy, is to just do it day in and day out. One of the greatest masters of Goju Ryo in Japan, I forgot his name, very funny guy, very nice guy, always laughing, all this. You see his hands are like... He started when he was 14 years old, was born in 1938, so he's almost 7. Since 14 years old he started doing that, until today, every single day he does. It works out. And not on fancy kicks, the basics. An appropriate punch, an appropriate block. What I want to tell you, the same thing to you. Everybody wants to write encyclopedias of books. No, just get up every day, sit down and do your Torah. Don't look for bells and whistles. Every day, get up, come. You're looking to get a high out of learning Torah. That's not going to happen the way you go about it. You want to go to, to Tzfat and to sit on top of a mountain and go, like Mount Sinai. That's not going to happen. You know how you're going to get the high? Out of working 40 years in the desert, foot after foot, heel to toe, walking like this, going through the motions every single day. Then you become a master because you conquered yourself. If you don't, you are escaping from the real work and you're opening yourself to an opportunity to blame everybody else. And what are you blaming? You can do this every single day. And by the way, that's something you can do at every age. At every age, you could decide, I'm going to become a master. However, most people would say, I'm too old for this, so it's never going to happen. And you're right, it's never going to happen the moment you said it's not going to happen. If you're going to tell yourself, I'm going to go and learn now because I'm never going to be able to learn again, that's your mistake. Because you're already preparing yourself to departure. You should do the opposite. I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that I'm going to be able to continue learning throughout my lifespan, long or short, or whatever that will be. What am I doing? If you think that you can only learn if you don't do anything else, you're wrong. This shouldn't be like this. You could learn and become a big Talmid Chacham if you know how to balance it and you know that it will take it day after day, step after step, line after line, word after word, Rashi after Rashi, one by one, putting yourself a hard work. That doesn't go by smoking a joint and learning Tosfot. That's not going to happen. That happens to people who don't know what they're saying. A real level of mastery comes from quiet inside, internal harmony, internal quiet. I know people, my mother's cousin, okay? She's, 75 years old. 2 years ago, she decided she's going on retirement. She doesn't do anything, she retired. That's what she was, she had a business. She didn't know what to do. So I'm not going to sit at home and do nothing, so she took a course in painting. You should see her paintings. Her masterpieces. They sell for hundreds of dollars in Israel. And people ask her, where have you been all these years? She says, I don't know, I was doing business. It just came out. You can reach that level if you reach the quiet inside. If you are not quiet inside, you're never going to achieve anything. And that quiet comes from the stability, from knowing where you put a foot after foot. If I'm going to let you, I'll turn the lights off. In complete darkness, you're going to be out somewhere up in the mountains. I'll tell you walk, you're going to develop an anxiety. If I'm going to tell you run, you're going to freeze. You're going to start, you're going to fall, and you're going to hurt yourself. If I'm going to tell you, listen, put one heel to toe. You might not walk so fast, but believe it or not, you're going to walk much faster than if you run in complete darkness. And believe it or not, you're probably not going to hurt yourself. And so therefore you need to remember. Life is a fight. It's a fight, it's a struggling act. And all about balance. That's why when I want to know what to do, even including learning Torah, because many people tell you one thing and they themselves live an unbalanced life. So how can I learn from them? So if it's a fight, I need to learn how to fight. If Torah is the way of life, how do I get on the way? How do I get on the path? So I'm going to learn from everything, because the Torah is everything, and everything is Torah. So you remember that. On that, Chazal told us, Al ta'amin be'atzmecha ad yom motcha. Don't believe in yourself until the day you die. Don't ever say, okay, that's it, I achieved the goal, I'm perfect. No. Until you die, you keep on working on yourself, day in and day out. Al ta'amin ba'atzmecha. Don't believe in yourself. Keep on working. Keep on doing. Due diligence. Slowly. Step after step. Don't worry about it. There might be people who will be able to sprint way ahead of you. But don't worry. They're not going to make the long distance. You need to make sure that you have the endurance to keep on running and keep on walking on the path to the rest of your life. If not, you're off the path. It's very simple. Learn how to balance things. It's the most important thing in life, to be able to balance your life. And the misery in our lives comes because we are unbalanced, and causes pain and fears and anxiety and lack of quiet, and it becomes a whole chain reaction. So Rabotai, have a lot of work to do. Balance, learn how to fight, and don't be competitive. Have a good day.